Hello there everyone and welcome back. That was a little bit of a disheartening series of losses there last episode. The strategy seemed really good in theory because they managed to go after the Custodian, and with its adaptive deflector it was soaking the damage incredibly well. Even with the loss of a light cruiser almost immediately, it was looking like I was about to break through the Custodian. And if this thing had survived with a decent amount of health, I could have just nuked the light cruiser and the rest of the other Tau player's fleet almost in an instant if the Mance bombers had hit. But sadly, the dang critical hits on the Prow, I don't know what it is. I did some skirmishes to try and experiment a little bit, and for some weird reason, mind you, I only tried like 2 or 3 different quick custom games, the Prow gets focused a lot when you're shooting from the front. I don't know if that's a mechanic in the game or not, but consistently, it's always been the Prow out of the 4 or 5 times I saw it. Mind you, that's not enough to conclude that there's some weird facing rule going on there, but if there is, that's probably what screwed me over there, and it's a little unfortunate. Because I'm going to have to take that into account if that truly is a thing. If at the very least I may have to prioritize weapons, because you would think with the vast array of weaponries on these ships, like the Protector and the Custodian at least, you'd think it'd be very unreliable to try and get the Prow. You would think. But nonetheless, we're going to stick with this Custodian. It is a mirror match, unfortunately, but the past few days got to at least look into the concept of the armor and the deflectors a little bit, so I have somewhat a decent idea of what to expect. Probably not so much on what to do just yet, though. But we'll try and adapt. And let's see. I don't know if I've seen Alokin somewhere before. The name seems really familiar. Although, nonetheless, it's a cruiser clash. I did like how the first match was going up to the point of those random critical hits on my Prow. Because even with 95 armor, with brace for impact, it's not really going to do much once the Prow is gone, because you're essentially getting rid of the front armor and exchange it for what the side armor is. So, and let me tell you, 95 armor is ridiculous, so long as it's being utilized. Because if they ever decide to switch targets, that brace for impact suddenly becomes useless. So it sounds really good if the Custodian could draw all the fire, which, at least in that match, it did. Now, how do I want to do this? I want to continue with my flanking potential there. I just got to be very careful of my Sauce and my Dow getting isolated, because they're really easy kills. So with only 1 ship there, he might be more tempted to go after this fleet. I want to assume. Because this is only going to look like 1 cruiser, and it does, well, I was going to say it has a beacon, but I am remembering now it's not the one with the staff alloy. But I do really want to get this thing leveled, so I'm willing to go with it. 6 ships. This seems very similar to what I'm feeling. Only difference is I have the Dale. So this almost looks like the Custodian with the 3 Warners here. And there's 1 ship's in with stealth alloy, so it's likely a cruiser of some kind. So I gotta keep my eyes peeled. In fact, I want this Warren to kind of watch my flank a little bit. Because if it is coming from the opposite side of the map, I want to know it. Because it's ideally, if I can catch it, which is very unrealistic, but if it does happen, then I can jump on it really quickly. Because it's not going to have the firepower to basically stop my bombers, unless the stealth ship happens to be the Custodian. And if that's the case, he's sure as hell not going to put it somewhere isolated. And the position he chosen is not exactly the most, not exactly the best choice, I would imagine, because I can use this nebula cloud in the middle, and he's kind of forsaking that. If he is going to choose to engage me outside his sensor range, I can easily abuse this cloud. And let's see, there's 4 ships there now. It looks like one of them, I almost want to say one of the ships was silent running. I was not paying attention if that 4th ship met up with the others or not. That would be the assumption I would make, because otherwise I would see a 6th ship at this point. So, he's still going straight, so what this tells me is that he is probably got his final ship there, and there's the Custodian actually. So he wants to He wants to draw the fire from that Custodian, basically. So, can I get a bunch of free damage is the real question. Because he's about to drop down a beacon, it looks like. Okay, Warren, you are going to hold your ground so you don't get detected. He's fired all his seeker missiles. Damage is done immediately, wow. I don't know what exactly did the damage, but apparently there's a protector right there. In the nebula cloud, no less. And actually, I just realized I don't have an actual beacon to spot for him, but I can brute force him out, that's not a problem. I just gotta get my sauce in a good position. Good position here. And I forgot my fighters, didn't I? Not a problem, because if he has a Custodian there, bombers aren't going to do crap anyway, so... I'm okay with this for the most part. I just still need to spot his dang ships. And Warren, no, you are not going that beacon right now. But I am going to have to reveal myself quickly. To at least flush out whatever ship's in the cloud. And I kind of would really like to be in there right now. So that way I can use it for my Custodian. And here comes the fighters. And I am just getting shot freely right now, so I do need to consider doing that. Because he didn't put a beacon in there. That's what Supercharged Void Shield's for. It gives me that freedom. Only 10 seconds freedom to move in there. And now, I am invisible. And I gotta get my warners up here. My warners are what's costing me right now. They were supposed to spot and they're not doing it very well. So that's something I had not considered a little bit. So I still got Nikasar Dow. Let's see. I thought I told you to stop running, or stop burning retros, dang things. Although I can still spot. If I can spot one ship, that's a good start. It's not a very amazing start, but it's a good start. Because he is going to run away. There. And I got an amazing flank shot on this Custodian, so long as he doesn't silent run, I'm okay. Speaking of which, where's my... oh, I only have one warden left. Okay, that's good. And is that a regular bomb? Okay, it's a shield disruptor. I think I can afford that. Because I don't want to get out of the nebula cloud needlessly. Okay, which ship is he going after? Because I want my brace for impact for this. Also, let me focus on the weapons. I would like to kill the generators, quite frankly, but this is not very ideal. Especially for level 10 Custodian. And this Sauce, well really, I got my own repair drones ready, so... And I have vision of them, so let's prioritize this smaller ship. It's actually far enough away the bombers can do damage. And he did silent run. Thankfully, I can fix that. If only slightly. Do I back up though? Because the armor's holding off well, but... Oh, I don't even need to worry about the protector, because I got the Custodian still here. I figured he silent run both of them. So just keep focusing. Deck's gone. So I can't brace for impact anymore. And his protector did run away, and he has no fighters. This could be a good opportunity to bomb. Let's hope this 1-2 punch works well then, because I'm going to need it right now. Alright, just give it a moment. Oh, he is micro-warp jumping. So just change targets, because I don't have a clue where that Custodian's going, but... Also, let me get my Dow going. Oh, deck's gone, never mind. Wow. Do I execute or not? Because I didn't really do any damage to his ships. I'm going to afford it. It's still in really damn good shape. It's just not doing the damage it needs to right now, so... And I have the positional advantage. I just got to punish him for these little scout ships. Because I don't think he has... What is this? That's an air cache, so I don't have to worry about that. I just got to deny his vision. So... And he is running with everything, which is amusing. If only a little bit. Okay, fighters, you come out, kill those seeker missiles for me. Oh, it's not even coming after my Dalef, which makes it even better. Yeah, just shoots them down majority, gets or more time to shoot them down. This just gives me a chance to recharge. If only a little bit, I could dodge these missiles just fine. Just gonna make sure I don't hit myself. This looks like it's gonna be a bit of a match. So I'm not gonna give him any free damage just yet. Wow, really? Normally when you're boosting, that's when you override what your controls are, but this is just silly. Because the AI normally is smart enough to ignore that. Okay, stop ramming each other. Now, I'm gonna have to micro warp jump out this. Not exactly how I want, but the deck's gone anyway, so it's not exactly very effective regardless if I want to chase. So, what is the plan here? Because stuff's still getting rammed. I'm hearing rams. I'm hearing things explode, which is amusing. Actually, I want this thing to spot the protector, because that's apparently what it is. He's probably going to just silent run, so I need... Yep, I saw that coming. And I have no beacons, so... How do I fix this problem, mine? Okay, he's got a beacon on the ship, and apparently... Is its engines gone? It feels really slow, doesn't it? So, I am... Just because I lack sensors, this is not working very well. I may have not thought this through the best. Because I really want the ship leveled up, so... I say we cut our losses, quite frankly. Most important thing to me is getting this level in. So brace for impact, soak your damage, and just we'll get you out of here. Everything's gonna get on out. That is the plan anyway. Because that was a fault. That was on my fault pretty much. And apparently, I do have to wait until the micro warp jump it comes back up. So, again, another fault. I got what really matters. The level 5 is gonna get its level in. It's not like the Custodian was gonna level. So, let's wreck something. Because, yeah, normally I have the protectors and all that, and I did squander the warnings quite a bit, didn't I? And I don't think the secret missiles are even going to do damage even at point-blank range. If I had a beacon, just on one of those ships, this would have changed that dynamic around completely. Because after all, he wouldn't have been able to do his silent run shenanigans, and that was amusing, wasn't it? Don't ask me how the Custodian flew up into... another galaxy, but it just did. Oh well, oh. I still have a ship. This is amusing. Watch, the Nikasar is going to somehow clean this up because he doesn't realize there's another ship. It had potential, it was just lack of consideration of the abilities. Which means I should change it up with my sauces. Especially now that I'm at 800, 700 points. Or rather 600, 700 points. I'm thinking 2v2 there. They are not really going to get the most value with their repair drones. As far as repairing the other ships. Yeah, I kind of like how the Nikasar at least gain extra ships in. The Nikasar could do a lot of damage. The only problem is, at least in the case of the Custodian, it's not going to be very effective because they're more than likely going to be shooting the ships at the front. At least in the case of the Custodian. With my Dalef, maybe it has the possibility to get a flank in. It's arguably a lot more efficient to flank because it's got so many more railguns as opposed to all the other ships which replace, or at least lose a couple of railguns for their ion cannons, so I am wondering if I want to have that flank as well. But it's so damn good with the extra fighters to keep my Custodian alive, because bombers and just dumbfire torpedoes are really good at piercing through that armor. not exactly happy with that match, but I know what the issue was. So, how do I fix that if I'm going to field a Custodian again? Because I could just go straight with a Protector. Probably all these Sauces, even the Dalef, because I'm not really finding much use with this wave projector. Should have like a beacon of some sort. I think that's what I need to do. So we're going to extend the range there for when I get the lock on in the ideal flank. Here's hoping. And we're going to switch up some of these skills. I'm almost wondering, is the Auger Probe going to be useful? I haven't really experimented with it, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be very good. I think the probe where I can attach on the ship is going to be a lot better, but let's start replacing some of these skills. Maybe it's a little excessive getting rid of all of them, but if I'm going to be feeling a sauce, at least with the Custodian, they're just going to be using beacons. So this may be a bit excessive, but I'm going to experiment with it some. Helping my utility, because normally I'm used to having my protectors with the extra sensors, because I almost always field them up until the point I had the Custodian. Oh, and let me repair you. That might help. I completely forgot about you. I'm sorry, little Custodian. With the name I cannot even pronounce, so I am not even going to try. I'll treat you with a little bit more respect. Not really much else I could say, because the Custodian took the damage well. I didn't quite get the flank, and the Wardens, of course, I floundered their control a little bit. Not that flanking damage would have done a whole lot on their own, but if it could have broke down the shields, then at least I could have got some permanent damage in. Although more than likely he'll just send bombers after him, so it might be short-lived. Might be. Alright, so it looks like we've taken a break from the 600-700 point battles, which is going to be a little bit of a shame, but hey. It allows me to stretch my legs a little bit, as it were. Because apparently I've been not getting much progress with the Custodian, needless to say. And I'm kind of comfortable against Chaos, because I feel like I could just straight up brute force them, with my air cache at least. Fire cache maybe not so much, and this also is a 300 point battle, so pretty much an awkward setup as far as what I can field. But I got the ships for it. I have beacons now. Oh, my protector does not have a beacon, so I'm going to have to make sure I have something to spot. Yeah, unless I want to go two sauces, which probably may not be a terrible idea. But with the lack of repair drones, there's not much I could do about it. So we'll stick with this. Try and put this fire cache to use. Although, to be fair, I don't think I want to stick with the fire cache buff anyway. The favor. Because it's so limited to close range, at least as far as getting value out of it. And normally I would like to get in close when I either have overwhelming firepower, or trying to punish him, or if I'm using Demiurge, which can't benefit from fire cache, so there is that. But I'm going to try spread out these ships, try and get the secret missiles to shoot at the different targets. I just kind of wish I had a frigate to kind of help support, because this doesn't feel very, doesn't feel like I have a lot of room to adjust my play, depending on what he's fielding, because he is getting a noticeable amount of points out of this. Because those could very well be 3 cruisers. He definitely has the points for 3 cruisers, so spying is going to be really damn important. Okay, I'm just wondering where these missiles are going. Oh, I switched them. I saw for some reason it was the Protector shooting the left one, then the Sauce shooting the right. Okay. Oh, I did have him backwards. That explains it. Okay, and he does have this, what is it? The Dissipator. The emissions Dissipator. So he is going to be able to get close before I can shoot at him. So we get them all revealed easily. Okay, can I somehow turn and dodge this? Ooh, I might just dodge it anyway. Now, he's ignoring the ship, so I gotta get ready to engage. Because I got some shots in, I got vision. I just want to make sure his broadside weapons don't hit the Sauce. Can I hit him with the seeker missiles is the real question. Oh no, that was close, but not enough. An R-ray weapon destroyed. That looks... Okay, it looks like a standard railgun, so... Oh, I got some fires on there, but of course... One was guaranteed, so that's not saying much, but the second one is happily welcomed. It forced a repair off him. Oh, I thought I had brace for impact on. Oh, he destroyed my deck. Ow. No wonder that happened. That is an unfortunate series of events right there. I would not have ran them if I noticed the deck was gone. But I still have my Prow. I just gotta try and negate this damage, because I'm doing a crap ton of damage, but this protector is probably not long for this world. If it could get another bomber running, that'd be great. And I don't have a repair drone to aid this. I didn't prioritize, but if I could finish this thing off, that'd be great. It's not looking likely, though. Because he's getting super aggressive there, so I gotta make sure this does the damage it needs to, if I'm still gonna win this. 3 seconds, that's all I need for the bombers, but sadly, with the cruiser in the way, I'm not gonna get them off. So I gotta focus on this thing and kill it. Did the bombers do the work they need to? Yep. They got their 200 points of damage in. That is good, but is it enough? It's a bit of a gambit, but I'm going to have to try and kill this thing as quickly as possible. Because with his lances, it's not going to be likely. It was an amazing amount of damage, but just him having the points for an extra ship is what killed me here. It's pretty much what it did. And is that even a slaughter? I'm curious if that's like a slaughter. It's a carnage. I don't know if that's a close range variant or not. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe I should have got... If that was air cache, maybe I could outmaneuver him, but I didn't have a dissipator anyway, so... He would have had the range advantage. I still got my weapons, I just gotta kill these things. I don't think I'm gonna have the damage I need unless I hit those seeker missiles in the next wave. That's my only hope there. Unless I get some permanent hits here. Now, seeker missiles was too close, I believe, so I was deliberately trying to hit the light cruiser, because I knew this one's only bailing. And I guess there is a range proximity, because all their weapons are pretty much gone. It's just the point difference that did it. Damn. Insult to injury, he decides to ram me for some reason. You know you could have just shot. And again, physics bugs out. Not exactly my proudest moment, is it? But at least I know why I'm losing those matches. So, I can definitely adjust, although it was still a silly mistake. Just a little bit. And maybe if I had air cache, I don't know if I would have considered go full-on retreating, because Chaos straight up outranges me. If I had checked earlier to see if that was a slaughter, the short-range Chaos variant, and knew for a fact it was, then I probably could have done that, because that would have negated his cruiser's damage potential at least. And then I could have just fought with against two light cruisers with bombers. It was looking very promising though. It's just the spread out fire there, because especially with the cruiser blocking too, I couldn't afford sending the bombers after the light cruiser anyway, because he had time to boost away, as well as the free instant bombers he would have probably killed as it flew over the cruiser. Not my proudest moment.